colleague, heads of government, Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didacus Jules, Ministers of Government of Member States of the OECS, leaders of the opposition of parliaments of the OECS, Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Honorable Dame Janice Pereira, Excellencies of the diplomatic community, Secretary General of CARICOM, Ambassador Irwin LaRocque, Commissioners of the OECS, representatives of the various regional institutions, development partners, members of the media, citizens of the OECS and the Caribbean at home and abroad. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers all, I am sure that I speak for all heads of government and indeed the people of the OECS in expressing our most profound gratitude to our brother Roosevelt Skerrit, the Prime Minister of Dominica, for the diligent and selfless service rendered to all of us during his tenure. As one of the longer-serving leaders in the sub-region, Brother Skerrit used his vast experience to maneuver through the many challenges of the past year. His period of service coincided with a perfect storm of all proportions, but he ably handled his domestic affairs while at the same time affording us the benefit of his astute leadership at regional level. In the past 15 to 18 months, our region and in fact the world has faced the worst nightmare imaginable. The COVID-19 pandemic crippled healthcare systems and caused millions of deaths around the world. Global trade was almost totally shut down. What we witnessed, sisters and brothers, was basically the cutting off at the knees every inch of progress that we have painstakingly made against poverty, or efforts towards building resilience and towards achieving the sustainable development goals set out by the UN and subscribed to by us all. When we examine how far we have come and measure ourselves against the rest of humanity in the global storm, we have much to be proud of. In an environment in which there were no templates, no ready-made solutions, in a climate characterized by volatility, uncertainty, and complexity, we have emerged, in the words of Buji Banton, buried alive, but still breathing. I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but I've got a feeling there must be a reason, unquote. In such a context and enshrouded in such an environment, our only compass is the vision and agility that we can exercise. And both go together. Because in this new normal, vision is no longer a clear-cut thing. It is no longer the ability, as Martin Luther King was able to say, to see the promised land and from the mountain top. That's because the mountain top no longer has the benefit of clear lines of sight. Vision in times such as now is a combination of discernment, a conviction about the most appropriate direction, and the courage of leadership. In all of this, The role of the Commission continues to be of paramount importance. I must say, I'm quite happy with the work of the Commission and initiatives it has undertaken in several areas, including education, healthcare, resource mobilization. I must commend the diligence of the approach in serving the people of the OECS. I must recognize, too, the proactive and visionary leadership of the Director General, Dr. Jules. He is clearly a champion of the region, demonstrated in his ongoing willingness to provide timely advice, his commitment to innovative ideas, and his responsiveness to any request. And as I receive the baton from my dear colleague Roosevelt, his thoughts and the road traveled during this challenging time will guide my navigation of the threats that continue to plague our present path. Although the road ahead is only slightly less cloudy today than it was yesterday, the dangers persist, and the challenges will be far greater. Building back, therefore, is very different from fixing up quickly, and history will never be kind to us if we choose the easy road rather than the heavy load. We must therefore strategize, as our Director General has indicated, with a longer view that provides us with a better fix on our destination, while also considering the various options and being guided by the principles enshrined in the revised Treaty of Basseterre. What therefore should be our North Star in the next year? The question I ask. It is simply to accelerate the process of regional integration to create a better quality of life for the people of the OECS. The 5 key priorities for this leg of our journey involve: 1. Accelerating regional integration. We must pick up the pace of this relay, and as we round up this dangerous curve, we must recognize that our integration marathon is not simply about endurance, but also the speed. 2. Reinventing the economy. 3. Valuing our environment. 4. Building resilience. And 5. Enabling equity and inclusion. The last 4 represent a matrix foundation which must be constructed as essential to the regional integration project. Infusing this approach will be cross-cutting themes that enrich the quality of our efforts. Entrepreneurship, gender equity, digital innovation, and the empowerment of youth are the interlinked strands which will make the process stronger and the results better. Sisters and brothers, in every situation of crisis, there are seeds of opportunity, which if properly reaped, can yield transformational harvest. This is such a time. The concurrent crises that have afforded us have impacted the entire planet. They have also exposed many weaknesses of the global development model that require transformation. And we have the opportunity as small island developing states to build to scale a greener, bluer, and more inclusive, more resilient, and more sustainable OECS. On this our 40th anniversary, there is no better time for this recommitment. I thank you all.